We just love it. It's a vibe.
I feel like I run in tongue again. Jump and shake the ground again. We with all my friends and them. No place like.
What does Carnival mean to you? Mean everything, bro. Oh, Carnival's the life.
It means everything. Be loose, be who you are, be authentic.
Waste the time away. Touch your arm on somebody. Hand up in the air. Madness everywhere. It didn't with DNA. So jump up, play a mass. Wind up in the van. Free up, live your life.
Our roots of Carnival come from resistance, come from empowerment, come from protest, and a whole bunch of things like that. So it's a mix of feelings during the time of Carnival, because I find myself, as much as I want to have fun, enjoy the festivities, enjoy the parade and parties and things like that, I also think about how far the Caribbean community has come since Carnival's origins, which date back to, the mid 1700s into the early 1800s, which is where a lot of that legwork took place. And yeah, I think a lot about our ancestors, our Caribbean ancestors, and the work that they did that got us to a place now where Carnival is such a huge celebration in our community and something that we all get to enjoy. Carnival started with our Afro-Caribbean ancestors. They were the ones who actually started that tradition, and it started because they weren't allowed to celebrate through their own means, with whether it was instruments, religion, things of that sort were actually outlawed even after they were freed from slavery. So that is something that I think sometimes gets lost in the mix. When we think of Carnival, it's very much the feathers, the grand parade, and all the fun. It very much gets associated with the fun side. But there's a whole legacy and lineage that has actually led up to this point, right? When in the origins of Carnival, people were making costumes out of just the things around them, the things that they could find. There weren't jewels and feathers and things like that. They were using what they had at home to put together costumes, and also because there were bigger celebrations that were going on from, those who had colonized the Caribbean, and they weren't allowed to take part in those either. So this was their rebellion to celebrate and say, yes, now we're free. And even though there are these rules in place and we can't do certain things, we're standing up to that, and we're taking part, and we're celebrating our freedom, emancipation with the things that are part of our culture. So that's always something that I really think is important for people to remember, amongst, again, all the fun, the food, the glam, and the feathers. I think one thing that I've really loved seeing over the past few years is how the bands have really expanded their ranges in coverage and sizes. And I think it just goes such a long way to making Carnival a inclusive space, making the road experience a very inclusive space. So this way no one's ever in a place where they feel left out or feel like they can't take part because, a costume won't be something that they'll be comfortable in. But it's for everyone to feel comfortable, feel beautiful, and just enjoy. As older folks obviously are getting up there in age, we need younger people to pick up those skills as well and have an interest in carrying on the instruments and learning design and learning, music and things like that in order to preserve it, because that's how it works, right? We have to continue passing those on to younger generations. So I think it's really important that, if you've got children or young people in your life, that you kind of bring them out and find ways to expose them to the arts. The Kiddies Carnival is another really great space that gets kids involved at a young age as well.
Hey, it's BG, and I want to know, what do you think about what you just watched? Make sure to drop your thoughts in the comments below, but also make sure to check out even more great content like this video and this video over here. And if you haven't subscribed to the Brandon Gona Show, do so right now by clicking this button right here.